Information Center. This is THV 11 News at noon.
Good afternoon and thanks for joining us. I'm Laura Monteverde. The back and forth over Arkansas's plans to execute 7 death row inmates continues today. At this time, we are still waiting on a ruling from U.S. District Court Judge Christine Baker, who's set to decide the legality of those lethal injection drugs. And last night, the Innocence Project asked an Arkansas Circuit Court to grant new DNA testing for inmate Stacy Johnson. Lawyers say there have been revolutionary advancements since his rape and murder cases were originally investigated. They believe a new test could prove Johnson's innocence. And happening at 1:30 today, the Arkansas Coalition to Abolish the Death Penalty will hold a rally to voice their opposition to the executions. That rally will be held on the state capitol steps, and THV 11's Erica Ferrando is live with a preview.
The Arkansas Coalition to Abolish the Death Penalty has been. Erica Ferrando, THV 11 News.
Thank you, Erica. In other news this afternoon, former Little Rock police officer Josh Hastings is found liable for a teen's death. Now he must pay $415,000 to Bobby Moore's family. Hastings shot and killed 15-year-old Moore back in 2012 while investigating car break-ins at an apartment complex. Hastings was fired from the force and criminally charged after the shooting. 2 separate trials ended in hung juries. Police looking for a North Little Rock murder suspect considered armed and dangerous. Felton Duncan is wanted for first-degree murder in a shooting on MacArthur that happened earlier this month. Police say he was fighting with his girlfriend. A family member, Rodney Austin, tried to intervene, and that's when Duncan shot him. If you have any information, call police. A beautiful start to the day, beautiful weekend expected. Raven will send things out to you for a look at our forecast.
Hey, well, good afternoon. Things looking good. Hey, let's talk more about what you can expect for your Easter. Laura?
A top North Korean official says President Trump's show of military force is a sign the U.S. is preparing for an attack. Along with U.S. military exercises, Trump ordered a Navy strike force group to travel to the Korean peninsula. This year, North Korea has conducted 4 missile launches that included more advanced technology. A 6th nuclear test is expected soon as the country works to build a nuclear missile capable of reaching the U.S. North Korea's vice minister says if the U.S. attacks, they will respond. At least 36 Islamic State militants are dead after the United States dropped its largest non-nuclear bomb in eastern Afghanistan. It's being called the mother of all bombs. It carried nearly 11 tons of explosives. According to the Pentagon, the bomb was aimed at an underground cave complex used by ISIS, and a U.S. commander says it was a way to keep Afghan soldiers and U.S. advisors from going into the cave. But Democrats are questioning the timing.
I want to hear more from the generals out in the field about why they thought this was the right bomb and this was the right moment.
The Pentagon says the strike had been in the works for months. The former president of Afghanistan condemned the attack, saying this is a brutal misuse of the country as a testing ground for dangerous weapons. Meanwhile, President Trump's CIA director is calling WikiLeaks a, quote, hostile intelligence service. In his first public remarks as CIA director, Mike Pompeo targeted WikiLeaks and its founder. Pompeo accused Julian Assange of working with Russia to leak stolen information from Hillary Clinton campaign officials. But WikiLeaks insists its document dumps aren't biased towards any country. Pompeo says the government plans to alter non-state actors like WikiLeaks more aggressively. A fugitive accused of sending an anti-government manifesto to President Trump is now behind bars in Wisconsin. Officers searched for Joseph Jakubowski for 9 days after he mailed the 160-page letter, then robbed a gun shop. He stole 18 firearms. Investigators have been piecing together his profile and any possible motives for his anti-government, anti-religious sentiments. They say he's had several run-ins with the law, including resisting arrest. That's a scary story. An investigation underway after 24 people got stuck on a Six Flags roller coaster in Prince George's County, Maryland. That's right near Washington, D.C. A statement from the theme park says the Joker's Jinx did not complete its ride cycle. It stalled 100 feet in the air for nearly 4 hours. Crews lowered the riders in a ladder bucket one by one to get them down. In California, one county is taking to the skies to target mosquitoes this summer. They're using drones to measure weather conditions. And if conditions are just right, a manned aircraft is giving the green light to fly up and spray the target area. The drones can also land in water, picking up traps to help spot larvae or mosquito fish. The drones can fly up to 400 feet and survey close to 20 mosquito sources at a time. In Texas now, the health department is telling doctors to be on the lookout for mumps cases. The state has had about 13 cases that may be related to spring break trips to South Padre Island. They've had 221 cases this year. That's the highest rate in 22 years. A major new discovery by NASA could bring us closer to finding life elsewhere in our solar system.
Well, scientists say moons orbiting Jupiter and Saturn could provide a habitat for life. Now, they've been studying data from a spacecraft and the Hubble Space Telescope.
They found a significant amount of hydrogen on Saturn's moon, Enceladus. Here on Earth, hydrogen from vents on the ocean floor serve as food sources for microbes.
We now know that Enceladus has almost all of the ingredients that you would need to support life as we know it.
Really more out there. Well, scientists also believe Jupiter's moon Europa has a sea of water beneath its frozen crust.
NASA engineers have already prototyped new technology to discover more about these oceans. It kind of blows your mind. I can't think that far.
I know. I was just saying, okay, this is probably way out there. What if there's a world exploring our world?
I can't. It hurts my head thinking about it. Well, next weekend you can make a difference and help raise awareness about cancers in our society. We'll explain how.
And United Airlines is still in the hot seat after dragging a man off a flight, but ahead, one couple says it could have happened to them too. And plus, if you haven't noticed, it's warming up a lot outside, but things will start to change in the next couple of days. We might see some rain for our Sunday. We'll let you know coming up. Stay with us.